What you're doing is you're getting into a chamber, the pressure goes on. So they say it's equivalent to being like underwater between 5 meters and 30 meters. And then you're delivered by a mask, 100% oxygen. So you're putting your body under pressure, and then you've got oxygen being delivered to the body. Hyperbaric oxygen is one that, if people are going through cancer diagnosis and things like that, two of the main things I say to really look into is PEMF therapy. Just, put it into ChatGPT these days. How can it benefit for this?
Yeah.
And hyperbaric oxygen therapy, HBOT for short. They're the two things that you combine them two. For me, we're seeing some incredible things, especially in the cancer space.
Welcome to another episode of Out of the System. I'm your host, Leo Climaco. We are still here in beautiful Cannes, France, at the Mediterranean, in this beautiful villa. We are here for the Shield documentary world premiere. My guest today is an entrepreneur. He specialized in something called PEMF Therapy that we are for sure going to go deep into. Andy Smith, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Incredible to have you here. Tell me, what has brought you here to beautiful France today?
Well, we're here for the premiere.
Better question.
Go for it.
How did you get connected with the lollies?
Good question. We filmed for the premiere like in February last year.
Yep.
So I think, to be honest, it was more Biohack Media contacted our brand, which is called Celerate. And they wanted to know more because we launched our product 4 years ago, and we're starting to take some baby steps into the USA market. So Biohack Media contacted us. They can see where we're positioning ourselves with PEMF therapy and how our device helps specifically with women's health. So I think that's why where it all began, and where I ended up flying out to Florida for the filming and talking about myself, PEMF therapy, and the brand Celerate. But for me, it's been a mission for 14 years now, since I got sick originally, and used PEMF therapy to heal myself. So anything like this that I can do, documentaries, speaking, podcasts, we run our own podcast called the PEMF Podcast. Anything I can do to raise awareness of PEMF is I'm there. So it's been a personal mission of mine, since I got sick.
Let's go into it. What is PEMF?
PEMF stands for Pulsed Electromagnetic Field Therapy. When people hear the word magnets, they switch off a lot of the time, so keep listening. These aren't fridge magnets. These aren't the magnets you put on your wrist. These are pulsed electromagnetic fields. So it goes all the way back to Nikola Tesla created the magnetic field from a copper coil.
Yes, he did.
And I always take my props with me.
Okay.
So, little copper coil here. This is the one that we use in our device.
Got it.
And
super cool.
Put a small charge of electricity into this, it creates a magnetic field.
Got it.
Very similar to the magnetic field that you get from the Earth.
Okay.
So people would have heard of grounding.
Yes.
And take shoes off,
Yep.
You put your feet in the grass and you ground. And what that's actually doing is it's exposing you to the natural Earth's magnetic field. So if people are actually wondering, what am I actually doing here? That's what it's doing. And it's exposing you to 7.8, which is the Earth's natural frequency. It's the Schumann resonance.
And your shoes block that, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah. We live in a world now where we've got rubber shoes, we're in metal cars, we're in houses, and we are completely, not completely, but very close to being blocked from the Earth's natural magnetic fields.
Yeah.
People don't realize that they're actually an essential element, like water, oxygen, all these things. If you took magnetic fields away from the Earth or from people, we would eventually degenerate and die. So we need them to survive. And people don't really see magnets or magnetic fields as essential for us to live. So where we're living in all these...
They really don't.
No, that's it. And where we're living in all of these artificial means now, we don't live in caves anymore, and we're not exposed to them the way we were.
Yeah.
And this is even more so evident when people were taken up into space. So if they go into space for a number of months, they come down. A lot of the time, they start showing signs of osteoporosis, which is weakening of the bones. And they've narrowed that down now to the fact that they've been taken away from the Earth's natural magnetic field. Go for it.
Putting my tinfoil hat on.
Yeah.
Is that proof that we've actually gone to space?
Yeah, so NASA, the proof they've gone to space. Well, I can't prove that. But I can tell you what they claim the
Got
astronauts
it.
look like when they come down.
Got it. Capiche.
So I haven't done it myself yet.
Got it.
Ask Katy Perry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that didn't go too well for her either. I don't know
No.
if you saw what happened.
No.
What does your device look like?
Okay, so I've got, as I say, I always carry props.
Yes, I
I've
figured.
got-
That's why I asked.
Yeah. I've got an example
I see
here.
the tattoo on your hand. Got
That's
it.
it.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is
yes.
matches. So I'm really
Celler
branded up.
8.
So
Relax, recover, accelerate.
yeah, so
Got
it's a play
it.
on words.
Yes.
Accelerate, so cells, because PMF affects the cells in the body. It affects
Okay.
every cell in the body. And then accelerate as in accelerate healing. So one of the things that PMF therapy is really used for mainly is accelerating healing. And a lot of people come to PMF therapy when they're already sick, same as I did. But we're seeing a lot of people now getting into it for preventative, which is
Tell
great.
me, what kind of sickness does that help? Is it anything, or is it something more specific?
Anything and everything. And the
Okay.
reason, and again, when I say that, people are like, come on, this is what, the silver bullet? Because what PMF therapy is doing is it's working on the body's ability to heal.
Got
So
it.
actually PMF therapy isn't doing a lot. Our body is the engine. That's the incredible thing. That's the thing that's healing us.
Okay.
But what it does, it creates an environment in the body, that perfect environment to heal. And simple terms, how that does that, our cells have a charge.
Right.
So just looking at your mobile phone, the battery on your mobile phone, if people are typically sick or if they're not optimized, their cell charge would be about 30, 40 millivolts.
Okay.
An optimized person should be above 70 millivolts, really.
Can you
And
test for that?
you can, there are ways to test for that. We've used dark field microscopes to look at people's blood and the effect of what PMF does to people's blood.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more tricky to actually see the voltage on the each cells. But
Got it.
So that's what you're trying to achieve. You're trying to achieve a higher charge. And if you imagine those magnets you get at school,
Yep.
and they all stick together. When you change the voltage on the magnet, you turn them around, what do? They repel against each other.
Yeah.
And that's what you're trying to achieve with cells. When you look in a dark field microscope at someone that's sick, you'll see the cells are traveling around really sticky, and they're all like clumped together. Apply a PMF
that
device.
cancer? Tumor?
It happens in most people
Regular,
a lot of the
okay,
time.
got it,
But
okay.
if you have someone who's sick, it's a lot more common. It's a lot more commonplace. But even myself, I was sitting on my office chair for 8 hours, surrounded by Wi-Fi, and the world we live in. I tested my blood, and it was really sticky. It was sticky like what we would call a sick person.
Right.
But you apply a PMF device, or you can also do grounding for a lot longer period. PMF and therapy and grounding is also confused, but PMF therapy, the effects happen a lot quicker. You can apply that to separate those cells. When you separate the cells, you give them more charge, you give them more energy, so you start producing more ATP,
That's awesome.
but also you're able to carry more oxygen around the body. So you have these cells now that can move a lot more freely, carry more oxygen, and the body starts functioning better. It's as
They've
simple as that.
been demagnetized in a sense, right?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Okay. So how do you use that pad? Do you stand on it? Do you lie on it?
Yeah, so something like this, it's really easy, but it's really un-Instagrammable. And I always say this, and I make a point of this, because PMF therapy is like, it's invisible. And it creates a magnetic field that at this intensity, you can't feel it either. We've got little magnets we can put on them that vibrate. We can show people, but really you can't feel it. So people can apply these. This one, we designed this one to go on an office chair or something, so it's nice and easy. So you can
sit
get
on
it.
that or put it on your back.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you can put it in definite areas of the body.
Got it.
Main application is a full body mat. So people will actually lay on a full body mat, or you can do yoga on them and that sort of thing. So
Would you suggest you buy it to sleep on or no?
you can sleep on them. The effects of PMF therapy happen in about 10 minutes. So
Got
people
it. You don't need
sleeping
that
on
much
them,
time.
you don't need that much time.
Understood.
Yeah. But it's a good way to do it. We also have localized applicators. You'll see a lot of people using PMF devices that are localized.
Those squares on their neck, I've seen it. Is that the same
Yeah,
thing?
that sort of thing. Yeah, you can get low intensity ones you can wear around your neck,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sort of thing. So there's a lot of different ways in which PMF therapy comes. I've been in the industry for 14 years now, so I've been in there for a long time, and I've sold
crazy.
other people's products. So I've
Yeah.
had experience of many, many different devices. Some people will also think, hang on a minute, he said you couldn't feel it, but I've used a PMF device and it almost, it shot me out of the chair. those are high intensity PEMF devices, and we've just launched one as well. High intensity is different because it's supercharged PEMF. So
on steroids.
On steroids, yeah. And for my opinion, you don't necessarily need that strength.
What makes it that? Is it more magnets, more copper, more, what is it?
Bit of both. It's a lot more copper and a lot more electrical charge.
Got it.
So then you can just create a much higher intensity. Yeah. And then you get to a point where it's so strong that it actually moves the body. So it pulsates the body. And people can feel that. And the good thing about that, you get a very similar effect with a low intensity and a high intensity when you look at the cells. But actually, the fact that people can feel it is good for some people because they go to a clinic or something, they may be paying $50, $100 even for this therapy, and they're not feeling anything on the low intensity. So having a device where you can feel, when people are paying to use it, it kind of works a bit better that way. You can stack it with red light therapy as well, and that's another one that we talk about a lot because red light therapy is now
huge,
big. Yeah. Big.
I know Jonathan, forgot his last name, Australian guy with long hair who sells red light therapy. He's huge on it. He's like, man, he like preaches about that thing.
Yeah, and red light therapy is amazing. We've now added a red light range to our product because you can use it at the same time as well, which is another good thing. You don't want to, you're adding all these biohacks in. You don't want to add something that's going to take another, I've got a hyperbaric oxygen chamber at home. I love it, but it's an hour and a half session every time.
Overachiever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super into my health, super into biohacking and all that sort of thing. So I've got all the toys to, I've got to practice what I preach.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of time to dedicate to something, and when people are sitting in front of red light panels for 10-15 minutes, they then don't want to add another 10-15 minutes, then another 10-15 minutes. So you can do them at the same time.
Time-consuming.
Yeah.
Tell me, I'm very curious. What's your routine? How do you biohack? What do you do for yourself on a daily basis?
I've got a lot of kit, but I always tell people not to overcomplicate things. Like, so although I've got a lot of stuff, I PEMF and red light is my non-negotiable. That's my everyday.
Okay.
When I get up in the morning, I do a 15 to 20 minute session of PEMF and red light. And I've got one of our, we call it a full body biohack package. It's PEMF on the bottom and a full body red light panel on the top. And you kind of sandwich yourself.
Down on that.
You lay in between it, yeah.
What, like 10, 15 minutes?
15 minutes is
okay.
Like plenty.
Got it.
That's my non-negotiable.
Quick question.
Yeah.
How are you different after you get up from that bed? Do you have more energy, more focus? Are you awake? Are you clear? Or no, it is what it is?
All of the above, and it depends when you use it. So I'm using it in the morning, so I'm using it on a high frequency.
Got it.
Which means it's going to be pulsing a lot quicker.
Yes.
And that has the effects. We run through different brain states throughout the day. So we want to run it on like a beta or even up to like a gamma frequency.
Yeah.
And that's going to give us that kickstart in the morning. So you don't necessarily have to get up, reach for the coffee. You can use other things like PEMF red light to enhance your energy.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, it's going to give you steady ATP production, so you're going to keep going. And then if you use it in the evening, it's kind of the opposite. You use less frequency, so you lose like a delta range on the PEMF. And I've got a bit of a rule that I don't use red light therapy.
Because you don't want it to fully wake you up before you go to sleep, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly the same thing. And if you can run the delta frequencies, that's actually what we use in deep sleep. So it almost prepares the body, prepares the brain for deep sleep. And it's one of the first things that people will respond with is my sleep. They might buy it for a bad back or something.
Right.
They use it, and then we get a call the next day. Oh, I slept like incredible last night.
That'll help your back.
And that will help you back because that's when you're doing the most healing.
Yes.
So, it's a multifaceted approach at healing.
As a podcaster, I needed a place to share my voice and hear other stories. That's how Forge Studios was born. A place created not just for me, but for everyone searching for something more. An environment where as soon as you walk in, you feel the energy and you feel welcomed. Where being seen and heard is part of the experience. A place for entrepreneurs to share their journey, for creators to bring ideas to life, for businesses to grow authentically. A space that values mental health, encourages real conversations, and supports those who turns ideas into impact. Here at the Forge Studios, creativity, culture and purpose aligns and comes together to help you create something greater. A place where we leave the filters behind and we start expressing ourselves for real. The Forge Studio. Your journey starts here. Your impact starts now.
Are you like a cold plunge type of guy, or do you do all that?
So I've got a cold plunge, I've got a sauna.
I can see you cold plunging.
I've got a proper biohacking center at home, but I don't use the cold plunge every day. Like it's not my non-negotiable for a daily thing. Really, when I use a cold plunge, like we're in France, I'm doing a lot of traveling at the moment. Usually 2-3 days after doing some traveling, I'm in the cold plunge. Like it helps to recalibrate, reset, set me up again, and then the sauna. You know, I try and use the sauna probably more than I do the cold plunge.
Back to back, cold plunge sauna.
If I use the both together, I never end on cold plunge. So I tend to do cold plunge first, and then I'll do a sauna.
Got it.
Mainly for when you sauna, you put yourself into a state where you're sweating, and you want to stay in that actually for as long as possible. So when you finish on a cold plunge, you're actually turning that off, and you're kind of not getting the maximum benefits out of the sauna by doing it that way. So it's another thing that I try and avoid after sauna.
Anything else that I'm missing on your routine?
As I mentioned, the hyperbaric oxygen therapy. I mean, I'm a huge advocate for that.
Talk to me about that. How does that even work?
It's a great device. You know, it's a great therapy. And
is it one of those floaters? Is that what it is?
It's a chamber. So you get inside and it pressurizes, and then it delivers 100% oxygen to you.
There's no water.
There's no water.
Okay.
No. So
what am I thinking of?
You're
like
these pods. Yeah. They're the flotation pods, basically.
Okay, got it.
So that's more of like a Zen relaxation, like shut the world off and float.
Understood.
Yeah, and I think they do those in like hydrogen-rich water and things like that. So they kind of try and stack other benefits into those.
So what you do, does that make you breathe better?
Yeah, what this does is it actually puts the body under pressure. So if you've ever done diving before, or you've heard of like the bends.
Never dare go diving. I've done skydiving, but never diving.
So hyperbaric chambers were invented in the diving industry, as far as I'm aware, because people that come up to the surface too quickly would get something called the bends, and they would be put back under pressure to recalibrate the body. But they're ending up in the longevity space and in the health space, and again, you can't make too many claims, but what's happening with cancer and HBOT at the moment is insane. Like, if you can deliver high levels of oxygen, so what you're doing is you're getting into a chamber. The pressure goes on, so they say it's equivalent to being like underwater between 5 meters and 30 meters, depending on.
Is it cold in there?
It's not cold. No, it's the same temperature as room temperature.
Yeah.
And then you're delivered by a mask, 100% oxygen. So you're putting your body under pressure, and then you've got oxygen being delivered to the body. And
for how long?
About an hour and a half. So it's not a quick treatment. And I'll tend to do that maybe once, twice a week. But hyperbaric oxygen is one that, if people are going through cancer diagnosis and things like that, two of the main things I say to really look into is PEMF therapy. Just put it into ChatGPT these days. How can it benefit for this?
Yeah.
And hyperbaric oxygen therapy, HBOT for short. They're the two things that if you combine them two, for me, we're seeing some incredible things. Especially in the cancer space. That's
awesome. How much do one of those cost?
So our PEMF device is around $3,000. It's not going to, for the benefits you get. It's quite incredible at the moment because you've got these peptides is going crazy. There's the peptide boom.
Crazy.
And for me, people talk about the benefits of peptides, but a lot of the time there's a flip side. There's, it does this, but be careful of this risk, or does this, but be careful of this risk. PEMF therapy does all those things without the risks. And you don't have to inject it.
All natural too.
It's all natural. So, PEMF therapy has been around now, or PEMF therapy as some people call it. It's been around now since, the 70s in commercial devices, but it just hasn't got the airtime that it needs. More and more people need to try it.
For a long time? Do you think it was like stored away by the government?
I think it's
something like that, or a pharmaceutical or whatever it is. Or,
there is a degree of like, when a PEMF brand starts to come through and starts making claims, like, the FDA has started to recognize it for a number of different conditions now, so that, it is coming through, and actually brain cancer is one of those conditions. So it's happening, but it's not very patentable. It's not very sexy, as I said.
Yeah.
And how can these big pharma make money from it? You can't. You buy a product, and it's a forever product. So yeah,
that's why they hate it.
That's why they hate it.
Can't stand it.
How do they put this in a pill? It's
right.
We tried getting this into
How do you put frequency into a pill?
Exactly. We tried getting this into the NHS in the UK, the National Health Service.
Yes. I know the NHS.
We said we'd fund the studies, and what we wanted to do was put it into the hospital beds, because the big problem we have in the UK is that there's not enough beds for people. And we wanted to put it in the hospital beds, and we wanted to prove that we would get them out of the hospital beds a lot quicker. 50% is what most of the studies show. And
tell me they let you do it.
There was nothing for it. There was no interest for it, no funding for it, nothing. We would fund it, all that sort of thing. It just
That's awful. Nobody
kept being
cares.
Stopped. A lot of the questions were like, how do you continue to administer this? How do we're like, well, you just give them a device if you need it for home, or but how do we get this on a subscription, or how does this fund this, and how do you
profit from it?
Everything was financial.
Is what they're trying to figure out.
It was all financial questions, and I'm like, when are you going to ask me about what this treats, and
right.
what are the results? It was all just questions, finance questions, and it never went anywhere. So we gave up with that, created our own brand, and now we're going direct to market.
Did you consider trying that in the US?
With
that hospital approach?
There has been a lot of studies. I mean, there's, PEMF, although some people still think it's fringe or woo-woo, there's over 8,000 studies now, and clinical trials, back trials, and that sort of thing that have been using PEMF therapy. So there is a lot of thing coming out, and there is.
I mean, listen, if they call, science woo-woo, then it's fucking woo-woo. It's like, but call it what you want. Know it works. You know what I mean? Like, you want to call it woo-woo, whatever, but just know that it works. It's a real thing. It's not like a made-up magic trick.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And it's a problem we come up all the time. We offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. And the reason we do that is because we need to get it into people's hands. You need to try it yourself. You need to believe in it. You need to understand it, before fully investing in it. And it's just the way we have to do it. So, but it's, for us, our return rate is nearly negligible, because it's like people get it, they try it. It's like hitting a good peptide or something. You're going to go back for more.
I buy it today. Am I going to feel something that day?
It's a good question. Good question, because PEMF therapy, it depends what you're using it for.
Okay.
If you want to use it for sleep, or if you want to just use it for energy throughout the day, then yes, straight away you'll be feeling those benefits.
Okay.
If you're buying it because you've had sciatica for the last 20 years and you were trying to fix that, then yes, it will help, but it's going to take time. PEMF therapy works by healing the problem and not by masking it. So it's the opposite to the drug.
So it will bring it to the surface to get rid of it.
Yeah, so it's going to work on the body to heal that problem. So if you've had sciatica for 20 years, it's not going to heal overnight. But within the 30 days is what we always, that's why we've got this time period, 30 days. We will always say to people, we're confident that you'll feel something different. So even if your sciatica has gone from a 7 pain score to a 4 pain score, great.
It's progress.
We know it's working, and we know and then stay with it, stay consistent. And over time, we hope that will start to heal and become a distant memory.
Where do you want this to be in 5 years? Where do you see it?
My mission is to get PEMF in every home, honestly. Like, we have simple biohacks and everything in homes now. People are starting to look at their health differently. Like,
well, thanks to you and to documentaries like this, that's spreading the word out.
Exactly. It's
Can I be honest with you? I had no idea what PEMF was until I got the bio of who you were.
Yeah.
Had no idea.
So many people don't.
Had no clue.
Like, thankfully in the US, it's getting better.
Yeah.
In the UK, practically nobody. We're 10 years behind you guys. It takes a lot longer for us to get onto these.
Why
health.
is that? Because they're much smaller. Why is that?
We see health as free in the UK, and it's a big problem. The NHS is a free service.
Yeah.
So if we get sick, we expect the NHS to make us better. We don't have to pay $3,000 to make ourselves better by buying PEMF devices, you know?
Got it. Rubbish.
Rubbish. And the problem is the NHS is great if you need immediate surgery, but they're not going to tell you to change your diet. They're not going to tell you to go and do some grounding and see the sun every now and then, you know?
Go hug a tree.
Yeah, exactly. They have no, as far as I'm aware, and even their preventative measures that they do have in place,
it's all bullshit, bro.
It's bullshit.
It really is. They want you coming back.
Yeah. Their
Unfortunately.
business is keeping you in there, and that's exactly why you know they wouldn't entertain these. Oh well, we can get people out quicker. Don't know if we need them out quicker.
Don't know if we need them out quicker.
So
we can't charge them for leaving quicker.
no, exactly. This is a hotel, you know.
Yeah,
you got to pay to be at this
it's
hotel.
$1,000 a night. Yeah. I recall my wife giving birth, and they had the option to keep her there 4 days or 3 days. I was like, honey, I'm not paying an extra night for this hotel you're staying here. We're staying 3 nights and that's it. Get out.
Exactly. No, check out. It's ready to go home.
It's incredible. What's next for you? What are you currently working on?
I mean, for me, it's same as the last 14 years. It's raising awareness of PEMF. You know, you've just told me that you've never heard of PEMF therapy.
No, never.
So my mission is only just beginning. Like, you know, it's 14 years in and I'm still scratching the surface. I want to get to a point where 9 times out of 10, I speak to people and say, do you know what PEMF therapy is? And they go, yeah, that's that pulsed electromagnetic. You know, my auntie used that, and, you know, she's
kind of like where stem cells is kind of right now, where everybody knows what it is.
Yeah.
Right? Not really 100% sure, but they know that term stem cells.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And for me, I don't understand why it's not. You know, it's a completely risk-free therapy, no injectables, sitting on a mat. It's, you know, the only people that can't use PEMF therapy are pacemakers because it's a, you know, so other than that very small market, everybody should be using PEMF therapy. So it's just continuing the mission. It's just continuing raising awareness of PEMF therapy. You know, I've got my own brand and people think, you know, you've become biased, but it's not about that. I talk about many other products on our own PEMF podcast, and we actually get competitive brands on to talk about theirs. You know, it's all about raising awareness, and that's always going to be the mission for me.
Are you guys running ads on like Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah, again, it's around the educational side. We want to get people in to understand the product first. We run a lot of ads for our podcast because it's kind of like come in, understand it, and then invest.
How's that going for you, the podcast?
Really good. Yeah, we're just about to hit 100 episodes, so
that's awesome. I know that mark very well. I'm at 250 right now.
Yeah, and that's incredible. You know,
it is. I didn't even a blink of an eye, like 3 years, boom.
Yeah,
that's
done.
Crazy.
Isn't it something like 1% don't get past 10 episodes or something?
Yes,
so
it's between 10 and 15. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So you know,
it's incredible.
You hit the 1% when you've done episode 16.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So where are you now? You must be at
0.01%.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's it.
Yeah. I love podcasting, bro. It's there aren't many ways that you can meet a total stranger for an hour or so, no cell phones, direct eye contact, and get to know about them.
Yeah.
You know?
I understand wholeheartedly. And for me, you know, PEMF therapy has been my focus, but having all these guests coming on, you know, we have people talk about, we have experts in cold plunging, we have experts in hyperbaric chambers,
right.
And that for me has educated me.
All those dots.
Yeah, and I'm like, great, you know, this is great. You put all these products together and you're making superhumans.
Yes.
So you know, it's an education for
Biohacking.
Me. Yeah. Exactly.
I love it.
You know, and I talk about tech a lot and biohacking, but really, the message is also out there to look at the fundamentals. Like people do forget the fundamentals. You know, if your diet is upside down and you're in an office 12 hours a day and you
surrounded by Wi-Fi and cell phones and computers and servers, you
know, you got to start looking at the fundamentals first. You know, there's no need spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on biohacking equipment. You know, these hyperbaric chambers, I've got one that's not, you know, massively expensive, but you can spend over $100,000 on these things.
Hey, if you work with digital marketing, online sales, or manage clients, you know the right tool makes all the difference. I use Go High Level, and I can guarantee that this all-in-one tool brings results for all my clients. With CRM, email, SMS, automation, scheduling, landing pages, and sales funnels, integrated and easy to use, management becomes simple, productivity increases, and campaigns perform way better. If you want to grow in an organized and efficient way, access my link and see how Go High Level can also change the way you work and sell. How much is yours? Just out of curiosity.
Mine was around $10,000. So
Not bad.
it's
What does it look like?
It looks, well, mine's a soft shell one, so it looks like
a closet, like a
bit like an
makeshift
egg that you zip yourself into.
Got it. I can picture it. Okay.
Yeah. So you zip yourself in.
Is there a chair? Are you standing?
You can sit on these ones, yeah. So I'm
Okay.
sitting on a chair, and then it cranks it up and it pressurizes it inside. So it just kind of like pumps you up inside a
Do your
balloon.
ears pop?
You do, yeah. So
Yeah.
it does feel like you're going underwater. So
Okay.
some people do worry about it when they go under. You know, they got to regulate their ears and things like that. You know, for the benefit.
Let me ask you a question. I'm someone that more than 50% of the time that I'm on a plane and I'm landing, I get all fucked up.
Yeah.
The pressure fucks me up. I get nauseous. I start sweating. My ears pop like crazy. Would this help me or make it worse?
An oxygen chamber would be great. It would help if you can find one, you know, within 6 hours of flying or something and use it. It would definitely help. I mean, our PEMF device, you can actually use it on planes. So
Okay, would that help with that as well?
that will help because again, there's a lot of things going on a plane.
Right.
You know, it's not just down to the pressure. You've got super high EMFs, electromagnetic, you know, in the thousands, hundred thousands range. You've got people not drinking water, you know, dehydration,
It's
because
true.
you just forget,
Yeah.
you know, and
It's a lot
and then
going
you
on at
get
airport.
the whole time zone shift. You know, you
There's
can take
that
off
too.
at 7 p.m. and you land at 7 a.m. and you've done a 23-hour, and you're like, how does any of this match
Right,
up?
and you lost like a whole day.
Yeah. So there's so much going on, but definitely, you know, for me when I've done traveling, I hit the biohacks pretty hard afterwards. You know, it's PMF red light, ice bathing, hyperbaric, and it just, and then I'm back operating the next day. So it's you know, there's the
I have
right
to get on
time
that boat.
place to do it. You should do it.
Because it takes me, I need to sleep to recover.
Yeah. And
You
that's you know, that's a good thing. So again, applying a PMF device can help you sleep that first day after a plane, and then you feel right and brain the next day. You know, so but again, don't go too full tilt as well. We see, you know, I check my my glycan age, which is like my biological age, so
Okay.
it tells me how old I am on the inside. And
How
you
old
actually,
are you on the inside, sir?
I'm 23 on the inside and
Okay.
39 on the outside. So
Okay.
I'm doing pretty good on
You're
the
doing
inside.
very good. I am 38 on the outside. Not sure how old I am on the inside.
Yeah.
Probably 38.
So you should find out.
How do you find out?
Well, the brand I use is called GlycanAge, and it's a blood test. And
Okay.
they'll look at the different glycans and the inflammation in the blood, really. So if you have a lot of inflammation, it usually relates to age-related problems or many different
Got it.
things. So if you've got low inflammation, you'll tend to get a much lower range come back. So yeah, check them out. They're a good one.
Okay, one last quick question. Are you on peptides?
I'm not on peptides. I'm
Okay.
learning. We've just had 2 people talking about peptides on the podcast. So again, I've learned quite a lot over those 2 episodes on peptides, and I'm intrigued,
Yeah.
you know. But again,
Do you think there's some combination of what you do that mixed with peptides that can work well?
I do, but it's kind of what I said. Like, the more I talk about and find out about peptides, I'm like, but I'm getting all them benefits already with
Right.
PEMF therapy. So it hasn't, you know,
I
talking to
think-
people that are very pro peptides,
Yes.
Still
I
hasn't
think for
encouraged me.
you have to get the actual data,
yeah.
right? Like how much more are peptides helping? Right? I
exactly
think that
that.
would probably rule you in or not.
And for me, I do want to see it a little bit more regulated. Like, obviously, at the moment, you have to have it from, you know, lab conditions or whatever. You know, it's
yeah.
and I do want to see that just being cleaned up a little bit. You never know. You know, if people are taking peptides, I would always encourage them to, you know, do some research where you're getting them from. 100%. You know, do not ever buy
Incredible.
them online blind. You know,
Do not. And then there are so many Joe Schmoes selling peptides online. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be smart with it, you know. But as I say, I'm not massively encouraged at the moment to take a dive into it myself. But you know, once we see the results and maybe people growing extra limbs, I don't know which way it's gonna go, and then I'll be involved, because anything that's gonna make me live healthier and stronger, you know, I'm happy to try.
And the incredible Great talking to you, man.
Cool. And you, thanks for having me on. And
Thank you for
again,
your time today.
Thanks.
Do me a favor. Look at that camera right there. Let everyone know where they can find you. How can they buy your product? How can they connect with you? Whatever you want to share.
Yeah, cool. So, thanks for having me on. If you want to find the brand is called Celler8, CELLER8, and that's our PEMF and red light brand. But you can also take a deeper dive into PEMF therapy by looking at the PEMF podcast. And if you want to chat to me directly, find me on Instagram. I'm AndySmith_PEMF.
Guys, this guy is telling you, fuck peptides.
Fuck
Go
peptides.
check out his Celler8. It's supposed to be life-changing. I'm gonna be getting one, and I'll do the test results, and I'll show it to you guys exactly how it works for me and how it changes my life. I have no doubt that it's gonna do it, but also add that red light therapy. The combination together is gonna be life-changing. I got my wife in the background bobbing her head. Guys, go follow Andy, go buy his product, like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.